All right, we are back, and today we've got the 251 progression. The 251 progression is a very commonly used progression. You can kind of think as a 251 progression as a group of passing chords that you can use to get back to the one, which I like to call home. It's a safe, warm place that you can resolve a song back to. So let me give you an example of that. So if I'm going through Made Away, doesn't it feel right to end the song right here? That's home, that's the one. But instead of just going just like that, if you want to add a little spice to it, what you can do is you can use that 251 progression. So 1 7 1 4, but instead of just going from the 4 back to the 1, you can go 2 5 1. And typically the 251 progression is using for the 2 a minor 7 chord. So I'm not using just a regular minor 7 chord because I have that 11 in there, but one way that I just found really helps me use the 251 progression that just simplifies it so I don't always have to think about going to the 2 chord, since I'm really familiar with the 4 chord, since that's a very, very commonly used chord in a lot of songs. Another way that you can use to get to the 2 is you can just change your bass. So put the 2 bass there, but instead of having to remember the 2 chord up top, as long as you have that 2 bass there, all you have to do is just put the 4 chord up top in your right hand, and that will get you that minor 7 2 chord. So as long as you have that 2 bass, you can just think of it as playing a 4 chord up at the top. So that's that. And this is, of course, with you having your 4 chord up top in root position. So if you have it in root position, you can do that. You could just play a 4 chord up top root position with the 2 bass, and that'll get you that minor 7 2 chord. And then for the 5, going from this position, all you have to do is just change your bass and put that 5 at the bottom, and I'm doing this in the key of B, and just take your pinky and just drop it down a half step to get that 5 chord, that dominant 7 chord. That's typically the basic 5 chord when you're playing a 251 progression, is a dominant 7 chord, but here I'm doing a dominant 9 chord. So all you have to do is it's little movement, 2 bass, 4 chord in the right hand will get you that minor 7 2 chord. Go up in your left hand with the 5 in the bass, drop your pinky down a half step to the B flat. That'll get you that dominant 9 chord. And then for the 1, you don't even have to move your pinky. Just take all your other fingers in your right hand. And honestly, you don't even have to use that much color on that ending chord. If you want, you can just go ahead and end on just the regular, basic. Try it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you want a little bit more color, you can end with something like that. And it's not even that difficult to play. You don't even have to move your pinky finger, your top note, which in that case, coming off of that 5, that dominant 9 chord will be B flat. And you can just resolve right there. And then make sure you resolve with the bass in the left hand, and that's how you can get that 251 progression. And I know that theory right there has helped me be able to play it, and it makes a lot more sense, and it's a lot simpler and easier to remember since I'm so familiar with the 4 chord, to just put a 4 chord in my right hand and just put the 2 bass, and that'll get me that minor 7 chord, since that's typically what you would want to play in a 251 is a minor 7 chord on the 5, dominant 7 chord, and then the 1. Right there, I'm playing a major 9 chord, but if you just want the major 7, you can do the major 7. And you still don't have to move your pinky. You still can keep it right there. But if you want that extra color, throw that 9 in there. If you want, say, more color, throw the 13 in there. Or you can just resolve it like that, just the regular second inversion, B major triad. If you want, you can do something like the add 9. Well, not add 9, add 2. I do that one a lot. And yeah, there are a lot of different ways you can play the 251, but this is the way that I found has worked a lot for me. So let me just go ahead and just play it one more time to just kind of just give you some context of how you can use it. So there you go.